Hi, if you like the video, please remember to subscribe.
Hi, it's Rob from robnunphoto.com with a look at the Epson Perfection V500 photo flatbed scanner. Now I'll say straight away that this scanner has impressed me greatly. This is a really fantastic piece of kit, and if you're into film photography and developing your own photos, or maybe use instant cameras like the Instax Mini or the Fujifilm Instax 200 210, or any of the Kodak cameras that use pack film or Polaroids, and you need to get these into your computer, this could well be the perfect solution. Now, it's a flatbed scanner, and it's big, so one of the things I might struggle with a bit in this video is showing you all the things and how it all works. But basically, we've all probably used flatbed scanners in the past. Let me just move this up a little bit so you can see. But the problem with flatbed scanners is that if you put a negative straight onto this bit of the glass in a standard flatbed scanner, your negatives won't come out right. They'll come out all nasty and horrible, and without the proper contrast of colours and everything. And when you get a photo scanner like the V500, what happens is you see this bit here. This actually comes off, and then you're left with this special piece here, which actually has a light into it. So if you can imagine with a transparency with a piece of film or a slide, to be able to view it properly, you need to have light shining through it, and that's what this bit does here. Now let me just pop this back on just for a second. Now when you're scanning your documents, or even your instant photographs like these, let me tip the tripod back down again. Basically, you can put these on, you close it up. Oops, didn't go very well, did it? Put it back in properly this time. You close it up, and then using the software, and the way that I do it is I do it within Photoshop on import, and then you've got three main different ways of using it: home, auto and professional. I just put it in professional, and it will scan, and it will pick up the fact that it's a photo, and then you can alter the DPI. Now this scanner will actually scan to a maximum of, he said reading his notes, 6,400 DPI, which is absolutely massive. So even little photos like these little Instax Mini photos, which are the size of a credit card, you can scan them, and it's amazing the detail that it brings out. The other thing that Epson supply with the software, the driver that kind of pulls all the hardware together, is it has something called digital ice technology, and what that is incredibly good at is removing dust and scratches from photos, and it works very well, especially negatives, because it's not always easy to see the dust and the scratches on. So as you can see, scanning prints or instant photos dead easy, straight on with that white background on. But what we're really interested in is when we take this back bit off. Now you can probably see in the background there's a twin lens reflex camera, there's a little 120 series Diana camera, and then over on the right hand side there's a good old 35mm Canon 50 film SLR, and obviously the problem is if you do shoot your own film and you develop it yourself, or even if you get it developed at the labs, when it comes to converting it to a digital format, you're at the mercy of the lab to scan it into CD, and they might not do it at the greatest resolution, and you just want the control. Or if you're like me, where you shoot a lot of 35mm black and white that you develop yourself at home with Patterson tanks, I don't like the fact that I've then got to take these negatives into a lab to get them scanned, so I get the CDs or to make the prints, and then I can share them on Flickr or archive them or whatever. I want to be able to do everything in my workflow at home, and the Epson V500 allows me to do that, and it's incredibly simple. So let's say I've taken some photos with my Ran Diana sort of toy camera 120. what you do is you have these special inserts. Here they are. These are the special inserts. This is the medium format insert, and you can see I've already put the negative in there. So if I pop this out, this is a colour negative actually from a Kodak pocket folding camera. And it's dead easy to use. All you do, this is just a test one because you see the neg's a bit dirty, but it just goes in there. Normally you'd be wearing gloves and things. That snaps in there. The negative's held in place. Then all you do, let me just tip the tripod down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. That just slots into there. Now you might be able to see, there's the line of the negative, and if we come up, there's the top of the thing. So then that would come down. You would then go into the software, do import, put your settings in. You know, if you just want a quick scan, put it at 800 dpi. If you want a really big scan, do it at 6400, and you get immense detail. But obviously you do pay there with time. You know, you're going to be sitting there for 10-15 minutes as it does the scan. If you do it sort of 800, it's done in a couple of minutes. You'd pop it up, you'd pop it out, and you'd put the next negative in. So at home, we've got a really affordable, excellent way of scanning medium format. So when I get the first negatives out of my Mamiya twin lens reflex beauty beast of a camera, I'll develop them, and then I'll be, well, I mean, I haven't got one because this is just a review model, but undoubtedly I'll try and get hold of one. They'll be going in this scanner to be scanned, and that digitalised technology that comes in the Epson drivers really is incredibly good. It stops you having to go through all that hassle in Photoshop with cloning stuff and using the healing brush. It takes most of the work out of it, and you get very acceptable, high quality scans straight out of the excuse me, the scanner software and the driver. So that's kind of medium format, easy peasy. Let's have a quick look at 35mm neg and slide. So this is this insert. What you can see on the left, there's the insert for the slides, and this is the insert for the negatives. Similar sort of thing, what you can probably see in here. That's just a black and white negs, and all you do, again, normally you'd be wearing gloves, or you wouldn't be touching the negs like this, but for speed in the video, that just gets clipped in, gets all held into place. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. All held into place nicely. You could do 2 strips of 35mm negs, or as you can see, you can do 4 slides at a time. And the software will pick up the fact that there are separate photographs and import them into Photoshop or Elements as separate image files, so there's no having to crop it. This quite simply just lines up into here, like so. You would then close it up. For 35mm negs, you'd probably use quite a high DPI, sort of at least 1600 to produce nice big images. Leave it for a few minutes, go off and have a cup of tea, come back, you know, pop the lid, and you're done. You put your next ones in and do it that way. This might sound a little corny, but the Epson V500 sounds incredible when you're using it as well. This is a very well made piece of kit, and you can just hear it in the noise of the motors and the gears excuse me, as it's doing its job. And I guess doing its job is really the highest praise I can give to the V500. I've been really impressed as I've used it over the last couple of weeks. It's done everything I've asked it for. It's done it reasonably quickly, even on my old PC, and with, you know, a quality that, while isn't as high as a high-end lab scan, it's more than good enough for anything that I would want to do at home. And if you do want even higher quality scans, you just put it on a higher scan level, and then just wait a little bit longer for it to do the scan. But just remember, these are the bits that make the difference. The backings. There's the medium format one, there's the 35mm one, and the fact that it has this light bit on the back. So there we go. Excuse me, the Epson V500 Perfection Photos flatbed scanner, an excellent piece of kit, very much recommended, and it really is the film photographer's friend. My name's Rob from roblandphoto.com. Thanks for watching and putting up with my coughs. Bye.